Hello Cosmonauts, welcome to this new weekly crypto review. We are currently witnessing a transformation of Cosmos blockchains. ZK technologies, modularity, and sovereignty are currently producing magic. We will talk about the new updates of DYDX, which are highly underrated, but also about the new open source technologies that make zero-knowledge technology accessible to everyone. We will end with the major upcoming updates for Osmosis and Stargaze. To begin with, DYDX will finally allow permissionless token listing on its perpetual DEX. After isolating debt markets and integrating Slinky, a next-generation oracle on DYDX validators, the perpetual trading platform can safely enable the deployment of new tokens without going through the DYDX DAO. DYDX can offer the same services as its most recent competitors, with the difference that DYDX is fully decentralized and has automated everything. Hyperliquid is the biggest competitor. They have also chosen the Cosmos tech stack for its modularity and sovereignty. This has worked quite well for them so far, and they have made the right choice to differentiate themselves with their HyperBFT consensus and EVM integration. On its side, DYDX plans to deploy CosmWasm smart contracts that will benefit and complement the use cases of the DYDX perpetual market. Delta-neutral strategies for stable yields, similar to a Tenor stablecoin, will be possible. There will be no limits to the use cases, since everything can be synthesized thanks to DYDX's liquidity and oracle. The permissionless perpetual market is one of the most powerful use cases in all of crypto, and DYDX remains a leader in this sector. The recent update should consolidate its ranking. It's not widely discussed, but to me, it's one of the biggest news items. This week, I have to talk to you about this huge news for the evolution of new open-source cryptographic technologies. RISC Zero is deploying its zkEVM and verifiers on the most promising chains to bring the magic of ZKP to Rust application developers. Ethereum, L2s, or any other chains can now use the zkEVM, which is now production-ready. This allows proving any Rust program and verifying it on-chain. On L2s, sometimes very complex programming languages like Cairo or very limited ones like the EVM are required to be ZK provable. RISC Zero will enable both Starknet and optimistic rollups to program ZK applications in Rust. RISC Zero is an open source project and is naturally found in other projects like Succinct Labs. RISC Zero's technology has enabled Succinct Labs to work on implementing ZKP on Tendermint X and ZK Lite clients for more scalable IBC interoperability compatible with Ethereum. Their zkEVM can greatly benefit Cosmos, which has more and more Rust components thanks to all the work by Informal. Remember Informal's first mission in the Cosmos, to rewrite a Rust version of IBC and Tendermint. Whether it's zk-IBC or sovereign ZK rollups, increasingly adopted by Cosmos Layer 1s, their SP1 and RISC Zero technology will be widely adopted to benefit the scalability, modularity, and security of the Cosmos. Succinct Labs falls into the category of Cosmos OGs for their open source development of their zkEVM, SP1. The first to benefit from Succinct Labs development was Celestia, to unilaterally bridge Celestia's blobs to Ethereum to provide DAS to its rollups. But this week we had the first implementation of SP1 on Noble, allowing it to operate bilateral IBC ZK transfers to Ethereum. This is very good news for the Cosmos ecosystem, but perhaps a bit less for Noble, which already has CCTP to interoperate wherever USDC is found. On the Osmosis side, this week we have a proposal largely approved by the DAO, which proposes revenue sharing with Nomic in exchange for reduced fees for bridging Bitcoin to Osmosis. This partnership between blockchains promotes the transfer of native BTC to the Cosmos DeFi hub, thereby increasing volumes and liquidity on the Osmosis platform. The transfer fees for MBTC by Nomic were initially 1%. They will be reduced to 0% when the BTC is destined for Cosmos L0. This actually means a major part of Nomic's revenue would vanish. Therefore, Osmosis will implement middleware that will prevent MBTC from being bridged to any chain other than Nomic. In exchange, Osmosis proposes that Nomic take 10% of the fees generated by the taker's fees from pools containing NBTC on Osmosis. It should be noted that Nomic has integrated the ability to liquid stake BTC via Babylon in its testnet. Nomic's business model could therefore have completely changed and might derive most of its revenue from the DEX and liquid staking STBTC, whose token will also be listed on Osmosis, and thus Nomic will earn fees there as well. What if Nomic was actually a DEX? In any case, this is an inter-DAO agreement that involves revenue sharing like never seen before, and the biggest winner remains the user, for whom access to interchain DeFi is becoming increasingly accessible. Another proposal validated by the DAO allows the integration of the smart account, which is certainly one of the biggest features that Osmosis has to offer in the coming months. This team is known for extensive development, and they have dedicated a lot of resources to this product, which is unlike any competitors.
You have like these fragmented things, and some people look at this and be like, oh yes, modularity. What I look at this and I see is like, massive points of centralization with these MPC signers. You have rent extraction and MEV capture happening by these paymasters and bundlers. You have security risk and privacy leakage happening from this, it's going to be a mess, right? It's going to get very confusing. And so with Osmosis, we want to solve it in the way that, our thesis at Osmosis has always been one around vertical integration, right? Taking the Apple model and building vertically integrated systems provides the best UX. So this is why we decided to build a smart account framework at the core of the blockchain.
The wallet will also become modular, as usual, fully integrated into the verticals of the Osmosis blockchain. For example, it enables one-click trading, which is very popular for its simplistic user experience. In this wallet, we can set up multiple keys and multiple devices for connection, whether with passwords or more sophisticated identification methods. Security protocols will also allow you to set a maximum number of dollars that can be withdrawn from the wallet within 24 hours. The wallet will be extremely modular, with Web 3.0 guarantees and a Web 2.0 user experience. My favorite part is the multi-chain composability and programmability of the wallet, leveraging the interchain account to interact with different ecosystems on the same user interface and security guarantees. Big news at Solana this week. Light Protocol announces the integration of ZK Compression on Solana in collaboration with Helios, a major historical contributor to Solana. This is not a ZK rollup since the transaction compression will be done on the L1. The data availability will have its own storage space to avoid taking up Solana's transaction history in order to remain as scalable as possible. However, this does not make it a Validium either, since the data remains secured by Solana, which is quite modular in the distribution of its block space. In my understanding, this is not much different from the blobs that exist in Ethereum and Celestia. Solana is finally becoming modular by running asynchronous environments and finally using ZK to scale. It was clear that being both the fastest and cheapest blockchain was not sustainable without using ZK to scale execution, or their equivalents to scale DA, data availability sampling. We'll wait for the last one. And to finish this week, Stargaze has made a surprising but no less relevant announcement. Stargaze is opting for an even more modular, scalable, and sovereign approach. But why does this make sense for an NFT marketplace? To begin with, Stargaze is a L1 app-specific chain that offers the best possible user experience for trading and creating NFTs. Stargaze recently entered the category of Cosmos hubs by offering services to users from other chains. This was mainly thanks to Celestine and Mad Labs, identifying themselves as belonging to the Celestia and Osmosis communities. Add to this list the Bad Kids, considered the mascots of Cosmos IBC, and Stargaze becomes the Cosmos Community Hub. NFTs are growing rapidly, being the target of numerous airdrops. They can be used as DIO tokens and for revenue capture from DeFi applications. The trading and minting volume on Stargaze has exploded in recent months. Stargaze V2 is coming, and it will enable the minting and trading of NFTs with any token. This will allow Celestine NFTs to be traded in TIA rather than stars, thus increasing Stargaze's hub effect. And as we just mentioned, NFTs are increasingly used to manage and benefit from an application developed by the community and NFT creators. If I told you all this, it's not for nothing, even though it's always nice to know. It's to understand the relevance of the integration of the L2 Astra. Astra is a highly scalable smart contract platform. They have not yet communicated the type of L2 it will be, but we can easily think of SP1. Astra will also use Celestia for DA and Stargaze for settlement. Thus, NFT community developers will be the same ones who can easily use these NFTs on the upper layer, where DeFi, social, or gaming applications are located. If you've seen my video on Saga, you know how important it is to use rollup technology for gaming. I wouldn't be surprised to see these gaming applications on L3 above Astra, or on a second layer too. As a settlement layer, Stargaze will be able to easily provide liquidity in tokens and the supply of NFTs. The recipe is good, especially in the hands of talented developers. A very, very good move by Stargaze. I don't want to be too long, but they also mention an integration of native Bitcoin runes and ordinals on their marketplace, as well as an integration with Babylon for staking BTC on Stargaze, which is great because it will simultaneously secure Astra, which they will likely call L2 Bitcoin. That's it for this week. We'll do our best to meet up every week with this type of format. If you appreciate it or have any comments, don't hesitate to let us know. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye, Cosmonauts.